Good day, everyone. Wanted to bring you this very exciting announcement. Nicole Mericle got, I think she said 300 submissions, and she announced her OCR Dream Team. We happen to be with her today because Savage Race is tomorrow, and so we're bringing you her official introduction to these women, and she tells you a little bit about them. Now, there's nothing worse than the podcaster that apologizes for the shitty sound, or the video guy that apologizes for the shitty sound, but there's some shitty sound. So, listen, I think it's worth getting this to you anyway. If it's not, in the comments, let me know, hey, we tuned out, and if I get a bunch of those, I'll take it down. But listen, I want to bring this to you. I think it's great, and I think it gives her a chance to highlight this very cool thing she's doing. So let's go to it. Here's Nicole, the OCR Dream Team. Away we go. We're here with Nicole Mericle. We're announcing the OCR Dream Team. The genesis of this whole thing. We had a year without racing, and is that how you kind of started to put your thoughts into this?
So the actual idea came about January, February last year when I was going through the whole renegotiating sponsor process, and my friends were, and I kind of noticed that some of the women that I think are the big names of the sport and really like they deserve a little more attention, they were kind of getting overlooked in those scenarios, and I also just saw kind of like a lack of depth in the women's sport, and I saw women leaving the sport because they weren't getting that recognition or because they weren't getting support they needed to get to races, whatnot. I just wanted to do something that would highlight women in the sport. It would encourage more women to get into the sport, and it would also give someone something to look to want to stay in the sport too. I want to introduce the ladies that are on the team and just give you kind of like a little background on each of them. Some of them are probably familiar to viewers, and then maybe some are not. We'll see. Our first lady is Lillie Elkin. She is kind of well known as one of the youngest racers in the elite field. She's 21, and Lillie famously placed 5th in Jacksonville in 2020 at the U.S. National Series race there. Surprised a lot of people there, which was really exciting. And then this is a Jack Bauer stat, so if I'm wrong, it's on him. But she won her age group in Tahoe in 2019 at the World Championships, and her time would have placed her 13th in the elite division, which is incredibly impressive for a 21-year-old. Yeah.
19-year-old.
For a 19-year-old at the time, yeah. Ooh, she's 21 now.
Right.
Yeah.
So you could say she's like the Haley Adams of OCR.
Should I know who that is?
Nicole doesn't know who Haley Adams is.
Lillie is that she's still coming back from an injury. She had surgery at the end of November, and so she's still in that recovery process. And I'm like well aware of this. I know that some people might have opinions on me picking her as an injured athlete right now, but I think it's actually really important to support athletes that are injured. It's like something that we all deal with at every single level, and especially at like a really high level of competition. So yeah, I think we'll be able to highlight the importance of nutrition and like your mental game and progressing back into training through Lillie. So hoping to support her, hoping to get her healthy and back out there. Our first Canadian is Clarke. She is a Canadian mountain runner, and she has done one. In her words, it was a small obstacle course race. It was not a major one, and maybe it was like a jump over wall type thing.
Like a Mud Hero, maybe? Mud Hero's like the Warrior Dash.
I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it was, but so she's one that's going to be really, really new to the sport. And the reason that I'm excited about her is that she is a mountain runner. She's also a firefighter, and she's a rock climber. So our next Canadian is Ariel Fitzgerald. Right. And she is someone who many people will probably recognize. She's done very well in some Canadian races. She's hopped into the West Virginia 2019 Spartan race at the U.S. National Series. Fun fact about Arielle: she has the 50K and 100K world record for the treadmill.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's like, yeah.
Didn't Renee have those?
Yeah, I think Renee might have gotten them from her. I'm not quite sure.
Okay, we'll look that up. We'll clarify.
Yeah. So Arielle has like a pretty big range. Let's talk about Morgan Schultz. So Morgan is also very young in the sport. She's 23, I believe. and she's dabbled in high rocks. She also did well at the West Virginia. I believe she was 7th there. Again, kind of a really big range for her. She was 800-meter runner and miler in college. She had one of like the top 10 times, I think, for high rocks. Kind of wants to race everything. She wants to do every single distance in Spartan. She wants to try savage races. Last but not least, Annie Duby. So Annie, another one that is kind of risen in the ranking the last 2 years. She ran age group in Tahoe and won that in her first year, I believe. Then switched over to elite soon after, and she had a 6th place finish in Jacksonville, I believe, this year. She does really well in all areas of racing. She's strong, she's a good runner. She does really well in obstacles, but I think there's just like a little bit in each like component that she can work on.